Rhododendrons are hardy, evergreen plants that will flower from late winter through to early spring. Growing them is easy. Here's how.
What you're going to need is some garden mix, compost, sheep pellets, and acidic fertilizer, mulch, and your plants.
Today, I'll be planting a few low-growing rhododendrons to create a flowering hedge. While there's heaps to choose from, these are Huntington, a compact variety with vibrant red flowers, which will grow to about 1 metre high, perfect for out the front here. So the first thing we need to do is to prep our soil. Now, rhododendrons love an acidic, nutrient-rich soil, so we're going to add some compost, some garden mix, and sheep pellets to help give them all a good boost. And once I've done that, just going to mix it all through. Now, in this bed, I'm going to plant 5 plants, roughly 50 centimetres apart. When you're digging your holes, you want them to be about 1.5 times the size of the pot that the plant came out of. Great, all our holes are dug. So now we're just going to chuck in a little bit of this acid food. Now, rhododendrons love a really acidic soil, so we're going to add about 100 grams per plant, a decent little handful, into the bottom of each of these holes. Make sure not to use anything like a lime, because that's actually going to make the soil more alkaline. Just before we put these plants in, I'm going to backfill a little bit and mix around that acid food
So it doesn't burn the new root growth.
And then we'll get our plant, just check the height of the pot is roughly about the same as the level of our hole. Looking good. I'm just going to give this pot a light squeeze, ease it out. It's good to give just a little bit of a tease around the sides before you go in the hole. Just to loosen up some of those roots. Pop it in. And then just backfill around the sides with your soil. Once you're done, just press down nice and firmly as you go. Looking good.
Now we can get the rest of them into the ground.
Right, they're all planted. Just make sure you give them all a really good watering in. Now, last thing, just going to add a nice thick layer of mulch to keep the weeds out and the moisture in. And then just use your hands to spread it around.
And we're done.
When it comes to choosing your rhododendrons, you need to think about location, sun or shade, and of course, your flower preference.
There are over 100 varieties of standard or cold climate rhodos, which grow from 50 centimetres right up to 4 metres. The range of flower colours varies, so we recommend buying them in full bloom so you can pick your favourite. Then you have your tropical varieties, commonly called Vireyas. These have glossier leaves than your standard rhodo and prefer warmer climates. They flower for a longer period but more sparsely and come in vibrant colours. Plant your standard rhododendrons from March through to September, and your tropical varieties the opposite, September through to March. Standard rhodos prefer full sun in winter and part shade in summer. Tropicals vary from full sun to part shade, so check the type before you buy. Both like high rainfall and free draining acidic soil. They need plenty of water, especially in hot weather. Too little can result in less blooms. Use mulch through summer to help keep the soil moist, keeping it off the stem to avoid disease. And feed with a rhododendron-specific fertilizer after flowering. Prune to shape as needed. Find a bud and prune just above it. New growth will then come from the bud. For standard varieties, prune late spring after flowering for the best chance of flowers the following season. For tropicals, pinch out leggy branches to encourage the shrub to bush out. On the whole, they're really hardy, so if something looks amiss, use a general spray or come and see us in store.
Rhododendrons in full bloom are really impressive, and growing them at your place is easy as. And make sure you subscribe to the Mitre YouTube channel for more great content, or click here to watch more.